Well, hello there, people in the internet, and hello again. I'm TheMBmulti. Welcome to part 28 of My Doki Doki SNAFU. In the previous episode, I went on a date with Monika. Not really. I mean, Monika herself said that, but also because, you know, I'm already Yuri's girlfriend at this point, so, you know, like... Yuri's boyfriend. I'm Yuri's boyfriend, not girlfriend. Yuri's my girlfriend. But so, you know, like... it was already a fake date to begin with, but Monika already like sort of like teasing, said, "Oh, it's just this isn't a date," or there. So let's contact Kiba. So I need to turn the volume in my headset down a little bit. My phone begins going off as I step into the kitchen. Again, I'm clicking contact Kiba, but Kiba is the one contacting me. Yo, Mark, would you be down for grabbing some lunch together? Lunch, huh? I'm surprised he actually went through the trouble of asking. He usually just shows up at my door. Pardon the intrusion. You really ought to start keeping the door locked. But yeah, I've been saying that a whole bunch of times too. The world isn't as safe a place as it used to be. What's with the glare? Do you really need an explanation? By the way, did you see the message I sent? The one about going out to eat? Tension quickly forms in my temples as he seamlessly interrupts my comments. I did, unfortunately. It actually gave me hope that you'd finally realize how barging in unannounced is a massive pain in the... Great! So are you ready to go? I'm ready to report a breaking and entering. Ah, Mark, you're such a jokester. Come on, we should hurry before the lunch rush starts. Without receiving so much as a nod of acknowledgement, Kiba starts towards the door. While fully expecting me to follow. This card really is impossible. Knowing my resistance would be futile, I reluctantly set out into the world. So, mind telling me where exactly I'm being dragged off to? There's a burger place not far from the station, that's our destination. A burger place, huh? How many times have I told you my feelings towards fast food? Not enough to make me stop bringing you along, apparently. A normal person would have gotten the message the first time. Yeah, since when have you been an authority? Have you been an authority on normal people? This punk. Completely ignorant to my distress, Kiba forges ahead with no hesitation. Oh, a different street that I haven't seen before. We arrive on a street near the station after a brief power walk. You're awfully gung-ho about eating at this place. Wait, don't tell me you're actually dragging me to some underground doujinshi? I guess? Place again? Don't know what it is. Again? What are you talking about? Last summer, remember? You said we're going to buy groceries, but ended up in a dingy bookstore being ran out of some guy's basement. Oh yeah, that place had some really good finds. You're missing the point. Now, don't be such a sourpuss, Mark. The place we're going is a 100% authentic corporate-owned burger joint. See? There it is. Right down the street. Wait, why'd you stop? That's the place? Why? The restaurant in question is practically overflowing with people. Listen, Kiba, coming along for lunch is one thing, but eating inside a packed fast food place goes well beyond my capacity for your domineering. Eh? Can't you save your stubbornness for some other time? They'll run out if we don't hurry. Of what? Food? Don't be ridiculous. Let's go somewhere else. We can't! Why the hell not? Well, I've been really craving this place for a few days, so going anywhere else wouldn't satisfy me. Seriously, you've been craving generic fast food burger chain? A generic fast food burger chain? Hey, don't judge me. Everyone needs a cheat day once in a while. Since when have you been dieting? Great question. I'll tell you all about it once we're inside. Kiba acting manic is nothing new, but I never would have guessed his eccentric way of life would encapsulate dining out as well. If you really want to eat here, fine. But I'm not going inside until the crowd has thinned out a bit. Come on, Mark. Out of all the times you could act antisocial. Well, don't let me hold you back from satisfying your cravings. Feel free to go in and dine alone while I'm looking for a different restaurant. Hey, where are you going? He runs up and cuts me off before I can walk any further. Fine, we'll wait for some people to leave, okay? You can stop acting like a high-maintenance girlfriend now. You know, I'm beginning to think you don't want me eating lunch with you. Hey, you and me both. Tch. Come on, we can do a lap around the block and see if there are any less people when we get back. Still acting somewhat on edge, Kiba looks ahead before starting down the sidewalk at a quicker pace than usual. The brief trip is largely uneventful as Kiba fills the otherwise dead air with his usual brand of incoherent dialogue. Roughly 20 minutes have passed by the time we arrive back at where we started. Phew, if I wasn't hungry before, I sure am now. And look, there are a lot less people here than compared to earlier. Looks like as though the lunch rush has ended. I wouldn't mind going inside the way it is now. Great, just be sure to order a combo meal, okay? Otherwise you won't get one. He freezes in his tracks. Get one what? Well, daily caloric intake? I see. You probably don't need me telling you this, but you're an awful liar, Kiba. Me? A liar? Pfft, you're imagining things. See you later. Hold on! You're right, okay? I wasn't telling you the whole story. You would have thought my life of honesty could bite me in the ass like this. So you're blaming your mistake on a life of honesty and not your below average brain capacity, huh? Guess coping can be different for everybody. Ease off the insults, will ya? I've already admitted my lie. Which means now we can totally forgive and forget, right? Let me save any forgetting for until after you explain the real reason for inviting me here. Are you sure? I mean, the details aren't very exciting. Kiba. He anxiously scratches his neck for a while before eventually letting out a sigh. This fast food chain is currently running a promotion where every meal comes with an exclusive Pokemon card and... TheMBmulti, stop walking away already! There's a reason I didn't tell you all this earlier. You mean aside from knowing that I wouldn't have showed up? Yes? Yes, a real reason. Then please do enlighten me. Well, you've got to promise to keep this a secret first, okay? Since when have I ever been in a position where potentially talking to other people has been an issue? I'm serious, you're not allowed to tell anyone, even Sayori. This intense expression almost makes me think there's a genuine issue involved, but then I remember we're discussing cardboard design for children, yeah. Fine. These shenanigans of yours are usually more trouble than they're worth, but you've piqued my interest. Okay, you see, the thing is, he glances around before leaning in and speaking in a hushed voice. The cards are for my sister. Is that it? She's normally not interested in stuff related to anime or games, but Pokemon cards are different. She's been collecting them since elementary school because of how cute they are. Kiba has always been very open, almost annoyingly so, about his hobbies, which makes me think he's telling the truth. If your sister is so fond of them, why are we the ones out on collection duty? For the same reason I told you to keep this secret. He watches my expression go blank before letting out another sigh. Listen, Mark, this may sound crazy to you, but there's a feeling us normal people get called embarrassment. I'm aware. But is collecting cards really something worth feeling embarrassed over? Normally I'd agree with you and say no. But since none of her friends know anything about Pokemon, she doesn't want to risk getting teased for having a strange hobby. She may have also said if they meet you and then find out about my collection, they're gonna think I'm some weird otaku too. There's a real pain in Kiba's voice as he recites his sister's harsh yet very accurate words. While her fears are somewhat justified, given the way you throw yourself headfirst into anything that catches your eye, I wouldn't be surprised if you had a stack of cards going all the way up to the ceiling. Actually, I've never really been interested in those sort of things. My tastes are a bit more mature. Oh? Tell me, did you mean to sound like an irredeemable pervert just now, or does that come naturally at this point? If by irredeemable you mean gentleman, then yes. Gentleman pervert isn't any better, you know? Kiba stands proudly by his comment, completely ignorant of the tension he's created in my temples. Well, putting aside your refined palate for a moment, what exactly was your plan for when we actually went inside? Like I said earlier, all you have to do is buy a combo meal. Then all the quality of the promotion, they all qualify for the promotion. So it's not like you've got to order anything special. How many cards come with each meal? Just one, but the set only has 8 total. And your sister really wants them? Yeah, she's been bugging Mom about ordering from this place ever since the promotion started. Mom's not big on fast food though, so Sis is still sitting at 0 of 8 unfortunately. You look awfully pleased for someone calling the situation unfortunate. Can you blame me? This is my big chance to swoop in and finally be the amazing older brother she's always wanted. From what you've told me about her, it sounds as though she'd be more content with just having a normal older brother. But fine, if you believe cardboard can somehow strengthen your familial bonds, who am I to disagree? So you'll help? Sure. Going home empty-handed would feel like a waste of time, especially considering how we've already spent 30 minutes strolling around doing nothing. Great, let's hurry and go inside before any more people show up. Bzz, bzz. He stopped by the sound of my phone going off. Is someone calling you? Sayori. You mind if I answer? Yeah, would you actually ignore her if I say yes? Good point. Hello? Why are you in my house? Sayori! Sayori, why are you in my house? What the fuck? Hey Mark. What's up, Sayori? Did you need something? Not really, I was just wondering if you'd gone somewhere. I stopped in at your house, but nobody was here. Yeah, Kiba invited me out to... Wait, what do you mean stop? What do you mean stopped in? Huh? What I said, I stopped in. Yeah, but where exactly are you? Your kitchen. Sayori, what the fuck? This breaking and entering problem is getting worse by the day. Yeah, you should lock your door, idiot. I mean, again, Sayori is a bit of an exception because she probably has a key, but still. Felonies aside, was there a reason you came over or were you just wanting to hang out? I was actually gonna ask if you wanted to grab lunch together. Actually, by the way, why that... Shouldn't, like, you still be super heartbroken by the fact that I just told you that I don't love you in that way? Because that's the last time we spoke, and then you didn't really want to talk to me for a while, and now you're acting like nothing happened. I mean, these are all, like, disconnected scenes, essentially, so that kind of makes sense, but still. I was actually gonna ask if you wanted to go grab lunch together, but you're already busy with Kiba. Lunch, huh? Can you hold on for just a second, Sayori? Sure. Hey, Kiba. What do you need? Getting more of these cards for your sister would be a good thing, right? Yeah, why do you ask? Sayori's talking about going out for lunch, so I was wondering if you'd want me inviting her to come with us. That would land you with 3 cards instead of 2. I mean, I wouldn't mind, but would Sayori be okay with it? The two of us haven't really talked all that much. Perhaps, but she's not the kind of person who would ignore someone for the sole purpose of not knowing them very well. He thinks over this proposition for several seconds before speaking up once more. If you think inviting her is a good idea, then go for it. I'm perfectly fine either way. Understood. You still there, Sayori? Yep. Listen, about your lunch plans? No. You're eating lunch. I've used all my save files. I've used every single one. Well, then again, these first few ones are not that important, so I can override them, but... Like, I've used every single save file. You should eat with us. Huh, really? Aren't you supposed to be with Kiba? Don't worry, he doesn't mind if you tag along. The line goes quiet for a few seconds as Sayori considers the offer. Are you sure he's okay with me coming? I mean, if he'd rather just be the two of you, I don't mind grabbing some lunch by myself. You wouldn't be imposing, I promise. In fact, having you with us would actually be pretty beneficial. Beneficial? What do you mean? Let's save the finer details for later. For now, Kiba and I will start heading back so we can all meet up halfway. But Mark, the cards! Thank you, but you really don't have to backtrack for me. Go ahead and order if you want. I'll just meet the two of you inside. Oh, and sit in a booth if you can. Those hard wooden restaurant chairs are super uncomfortable. Will do. Sayori, I never mentioned where we were gonna eat. Well, how are you going to meet us anywhere if I never told you where we are eating? Great, see you soon, Mark. Yeah, what the fuck? I never told her where we're eating. Yet she's going to meet us somewhere. After telling... Oh, there we go. After telling her where we're eating and saying goodbye, I end the call. That makes sense. Are we gonna head back and meet up with her? I shake my head. She doesn't mind just meeting us inside. Said we could go ahead and order and also sit in a booth because chairs are uncomfortable. Well, she's certainly not wrong about that. Though hearing you talk on the phone with her did kinda piss me off. Feeling left out? More like aggravated by how polite you act when dealing with Sayori. Ah, so you're jealous. In that case, just become a cute girl. Maybe then I'll be willing to reevaluate my treatment of you. That's your criteria? What happened to all the stuff you've said about seeing someone the same way? Seeing everyone the same way. And not being shallow. I don't remember calling myself not shallow, but you're absolutely right, Kiba. I treat you the same way regardless of how you look. Wait, that's still not a good thing. Come on, you're worried about them running out of cards, right? Let's not waste any more time. Hey, hold up! He rushes after me as I step through the restaurant's entrance. Yeah, here is the restaurant. Hiya! Sayori approaches our booth not long after Kiba and I have placed our orders. Yo, Sayori. Hey. Sorry for taking so long. I stopped by at home to grab my purse and tell my mom I was going out for a bit. Oh, I was going to be gone for a bit. Which ended with her playing a game of 20 questions. Was she worried about you coming out? Not exactly. All the questions were really actually about you. Me? What'd she want to know? Nothing important, really. I think hearing about us being together more often has just given her some funny ideas. I guess nothing has changed in that department then. There's no telling how many times they presented me about marrying you back when we were younger. Kiba's like, oh god. Honestly, don't they know how embarrassing that sort of thing is for us? Sayori fidgets with her fingers for a moment before glancing towards the front counter. Have you two already ordered? Just before you got here. We spent our first several minutes here discussing some important matters regarding how I treat people. Huh? Important matters? Oh, that reminds me. You said something about being beneficial and finer details when we were on the phone. What was that about? Oh, nothing special really. But were you planning on buying a combo meal by any chance? A combo meal, huh? She skims over the menu before being displayed above the registers. Well, I really didn't bring that much money with me. In that case here, this should cover most of the cost. I extend a 500 yen coin towards Sayori. Are you sure? I'm partially responsible for you coming here after all. She stares at the coin for a bit before smiling. Thanks, Mark, I'll pay you back next time. Don't worry about it. The temperature in the surrounding area drops several degrees as Sayori happily skips toward the counter. Die! You say something? Once Sayori has returned from ordering, the three of us spend a few minutes making casual small talk. Well, when I say three, I say three, but Kiba hardly says a word, staying mostly quiet up until they bring out our orders. Ooh, this is cool. Sayori admires the Pokemon art printed across the front of all our drinks. Did your meal come with a card? A card? You mean this? She lifts the slip of silver foil up off her tray. That card's actually part of the reason I invited you. Is it? About 5 seconds pass before Sayori puts 2 and 2 together. Oh, do you collect these, Kiba? Well, they're a gift for his sister. Mark! Huh? Oh, my bad, that's supposed to be a secret, Sayori. So don't go around starting any rumors. Huh? A secret? Yeah, middle school girls are apparently vicious beasts who will tear apart anyone who enjoys a hobby deemed abnormal. Sounds scary. That is like Sayori doesn't even question it. It's like, oh, that's scary. But you don't gotta worry about me telling people. I mean, I didn't even know you had a sister until just now. And starting rumors would be kinda hard since nobody has told me her name. Her name? Come to think of it, I don't even think you've told me either. You're joking, right? I've said her name at least a dozen times since we've met. Oh? Now, were these dozen times before or after the conversation had devolved into maniacal rambling? Because if the answer is after, Yuri, alright, her name is Yuri. Did you hear me this time? Sorry Kiba, but did you say something? I was a little lost in thought. You could be such a pain sometimes. Don't worry, Mark. He said her name is Yui. And you should pay more attention when others are talking. Making people repeat themselves is impolite. Kiba and I are both stunned by Sayori's serious response and total lack of sarcasm awareness. Is something wrong? Wait, don't tell me you're still zoning out. No, not exactly. And thanks for the assist, I guess. I'll try not forgetting the name Yuri anytime soon. Good. While Sayori's level of conversational ignorance may be fascinating, my attention is soon drawn elsewhere. Gah. Out of all people, how did this punk end up with a ditzy childhood friend? Maybe bringing these two together was a bad idea after all. I returned my attention to the Mew in front of me while trying to ignore his ever-growing murderous intent. After finishing our food and chatting for a while, the three of us eventually began heading back home. Oh, so your sister's still in middle school? Yeah, she's a third year at an all-girls private school. We live pretty far from any private schools though. Her commute is a 30-minute train ride and a 15-minute walk. Just getting that takes 45 minutes? I can't even imagine. Given how often you're tardy, only living 15 away, a 45-minute commute would probably make you stop going completely. Hey, my attendance has gotten a lot better, you big meanie. Well, Sayori's not the only one who doesn't like long commutes. Yui said sleeping in later is actually the main thing she's looking forward to about high school. Does that mean she plans on going into our school? Yep, Mom told her she could apply anywhere, but Yui said going far away would be dumb, and we've got a perfectly good academy in our backyard. So she'll be our underclassman? Maybe you should give her a tour. Oh, I wonder if she'd want to join the literature club. Let's hold off on indoctrinating anyone until after they've passed the entrance exam. To be honest, I don't think that'll be an issue. Is she really smart or something? Something along those lines. She may or may not have ranked 14th in last year's finals. Whoa, that's amazing! True, landing within the top 20 of a private school is nothing to sneeze at. But what's with the reserved attitude? You're supposed to be a syscon, right? What the fuck is a syscon? Shouldn't you be jumping up and down while bragging about how amazing she is? Huh? Syscon? Yeah. TheMBmulti, stop trying to make me look bad. You're right, Kiba, sorry. You're perfectly capable of doing that on your own. This punk. Wait, I'm confused. Do you not like your sister, Kiba? No, it's just... well... her grades are a lot better than mine, which makes talking about them kind of weird since I'm supposed to be the older brother. So you don't like getting compared to your sister, huh? Talk about a small world. Huh? Nothing, just talking to myself. You know, it's kind of sad we'll all be graduating this year. The two of you could have hung out at school together. I'm not so sure. About what? Kiba may be head over heels for his sister, but the feeling isn't reciprocated. Again, stop making me sound like some sort of creep. I just admire her effort and dedication is all. Yeah, I was right. You really don't need to help with sounding gross. You just don't understand what it means to be a doting older sibling. Rounding the corner, the three of us are left standing on the intersection at the end of mine and Sayori Street. Guess this is where we split up, huh? I'm gonna try forcing your way into my house today? He shakes her head. He shakes his head. I want to get home and give her these cards before they get bent. Lucky me. I hope she gets something good. Oh, and tell Yui we'd be happy to give her a tour of the school if she ever wants one. Who's we? You, obviously. Thanks, Sayori. But you'll have to do the tour alone, since I don't plan on letting Yui anywhere near Mark. Huh? Why not? His main protagonist is still way too dangerous. The last thing I need is for my amazing talented little sister falling for a cynical underachiever whose life goal is becoming a household husband. You do realize I'm still standing here, right? Yep, which is exactly why I'll be taking my leave now. Thanks for helping me with this, you two. I'm sure she'll appreciate it. You're welcome. Before I can give him a piece of my mind, Kiba quickly makes his way across the street before disappearing around another corner. That punk really does push his luck sometimes. I'm glad to see the two of you are so close. But what does main protagonist X mean? Your guess is as good as mine. Sayori and I spend a moment fruitlessly talking and trying to decipher Kiba's words before finally heading home. Okay, well, Sayori just acts like nothing happened. We're not gonna go to the final club meeting yet.